It's just occurred to me we really haven't had a completely successful test of this equipment.
I blame myself.
Fine. Well, no saying about it now.
Why? Each of us is wearing an unnuclear accelerator on his back.
Yeah. Now let's get ready. Switch me on. I don't think you're crazy.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
What is up, Ghostheads? Did you hear that too? The music all like speeding up and all that? That was weird. What's going on, Ghostheads? It's another edition of the Ghostheads radio show. My name is Ted, aka Steady, and joining me, as always, the one, the only, Matty B.
Let's go, baby. We're back at it. And if there's anybody watching at all who can maybe DM Ted and get his internet fixed, that would be a blessing to all of us.
Why is it?
It was definitely yours. But we have some exciting news. Speaking of getting some help, I think we have some updates on the toy drive today, right?
Actually, no, not the toy drive. So I accidentally I typed in toy drive so much last year that
I meant
it
school
just got
supply
stuck
drive.
with
That's
me.
what I meant.
Yeah, no, it's really easy to do that because I did it in the title. But today we are discussing the nationwide school supply drive. Our chapters and a number of other chapters have joined together in an effort to better our communities and help out the students in those communities. And so we're going to talk to a few of the chapters today, and also call out a few of the chapters where you can drop off school supplies in those locations. So we have a few of those on today, and let's go ahead and start with the first one. Here's the head of the Ghostbusters Texas Rangers Division. Everybody give a round of applause for Nick. What's going on, Nick?
Hey guys. Small correction. I'm not the head of the franchise. We're all equal partners in it. So,
hey,
yeah,
even better, man.
Yeah, that's how I want it. I don't want anybody in a leadership role. We're all equal say. So,
I love it. You know what? So we can actually start there because you and I, we've been messaging and talking to each other for pretty close to a year now. I remember when you were just
yeah,
the lone Ghostbuster up in North
yeah,
Texas,
yeah, that
and
was me.
man, you would get out, do events, you'd suit up, you go out for great causes, and now you got an entire team of equal Ghostbusters. So tell
Equal
us,
partners. Eh?
absolutely, man, this is so great. I love hearing the story, and so tell us, like, how did this come about? Tell us about the team, and then start telling us about the school supply drive and where you guys are located.
Absolutely. Okay. So I'm going to try and keep the team part short. I've been sitting on the logo that I created since 2012. It was originally designed for the then Dallas Ghostbusters when they were going through a transition of sorts. And it never came to be, never ended up being used. So I just kept it for myself, and I started using it as the lone Ghostbuster. Then I had one friend in particular who is a former member of the DFW Ghostbusters who was telling me basically why they haven't been doing events and why they're all kind of retired and this and that, whatnot. And so a member of their franchise who was sort of the heart of their franchise and really got everybody pumped for their events and stuff, he unfortunately passed away. And a lot of members from that particular franchise just didn't feel it anymore and just, decided to hang up their packs unless they, then again, I don't know, they may put them back on. For all I know, they may come back.
Sure. Well, our condolences, man. We didn't hear about that story. Wow.
Oh, I had no idea either until my friend Russell had told me about it. And I asked him, I said, well, I still got this patch, bro. Like, do you want to put that one on and maybe just try something with a different name and honor your friend by continuing to do what made him happy and everything? And he's like, yeah, you know what? That'd be really cool. And then my friend Rain Moreno, who is one of the original founding members of the Dallas Ghostbusters when they were called the Dallas Ghostbusters, way back when, before my time. He's part of the franchise now as well. And I've got a couple other members who were interested that I know from the local cosplay scene they've been putting together Ghostbuster stuff, and they're part of the franchise now. I got one random interest in from just Facebook, just putting it out there, asking if anybody wanted to join. So I think we're 6 members strong, almost going on 7, because I got another former DFW Ghostbusters member who wanted to join up with us as well. We're going to keep our franchise tight knit. We're going to keep it 8 members tops, and once we reach 8, we're going to cut it off at that point. We may grow further in the future, but right now I don't want us to get too big too fast. I want us to stay a tight knit community. So
I love it, man. I love it, and congrats already, man. Because
thank you.
it's got to be a great feeling. Just you were doing things on your own, making it happen, putting in the time, putting in the
Yeah.
work, and now
Yeah.
you got a whole crew of passionate people. Tell us
Mhm.
about the school supply drive. Where are the drop-off locations for your team, and who are you guys benefiting? Where are the supplies going?
So currently we only have one drop-off location that's going to be during one day only right now. We may extend it past our deadline date for the whole school supply drive. We may go beyond that, beyond the 29th, or what was the date that we had set for it? The 30th? I forget. But yeah, we may go
The
beyond
31st.
that.
Running through
31st, okay.
yeah, running through the
So we may go
yeah.
beyond that
No,
into
please
August.
do, and
So,
and I'm
but
gonna tell all the other groups too. Like, if you guys see supplies still coming in, like there's no
mhm,
slowing down, and you
mhm.
feel that you should just keep going, like there's no stop here. Go as
Yeah,
long as you absolutely feel is necessary, and I think that's great.
awesome. So yeah, we have an event set up with Andretti Indoor Karting and Games in the colony to help promote the Hollowgate Ghostbusters VR Training Academy. They wanted us there for about a 3-hour event to promote the game, and while we're there, we're going to be taking donations for the school supply drive there as well. And we have incentives for people who are going to be dropping off supplies. We have coloring pages from the Real Ghostbusters coloring book and stuff.
I love
We
it.
have these nifty little metallic sticker badges for the kids that they can put on their shirts and stuff. And we've come up with an idea for what we're calling Ghostbusters snack packs, which are going to be little Ziploc pouches that are going to have 1-ounce bags of Cheez-Its in them, a Twinkie, a mini Crunch bar, and we've found a company that sells pre-sealed small bags of mini marshmallows, and we were able to put the Stay Puft Marshmallows logo on them, along with our franchise name on them. So when those come in, we're going to add those to the packs as well. So yeah, we thought that would be a good incentive idea to get people to donate, especially kids. Let's see all the junk food and be like, give me.
Yeah.
So
Andretti's is going to treat you well too. They've been all on board. So SATX went first, and then we
mhm.
went to launch the game with the Yellow Rose Ghostbusters,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they even had their own mascots. I don't know if everyone's going to do the same thing, but the Andretti and Katie, they
Mhm.
had their own mascots, their own Slimer.
Oh,
They
really?
they
Cool.
rolled out the red carpet. They let us skip
Nice.
the line.
Nice. We have a special guest that could I don't know if it's confirmed yet or not because I told Andretti they're going to have to speak to him because he may or may not require some form of compensation. But we're going to try and get EctoTX from Instagram and TikTok involved. I already told him about the event some time ago. I was like, do you want to bring the car down? Because he has a replica Ecto 1 that is a pretty fantastic looking old Cadillac that he restored. And I mean, this thing was falling apart when he first got it, and it's looking top shape now. Um, I don't know if he's given it a new paint job with the new firehouse photos coming out. I think he's still got it kind of afterlife looking a little beat up and worn down, but she's a good looking car and she still has a good running engine in her and everything. So yeah, we might be able to get her down there for the event as well. So
I
that's
like
something to
the
look forward to.
I like the idea of the snack packs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's some things. There's one item that I think everybody always leaves off the Ghostbusters food list
Hit
item.
me with it because I probably forgot.
So when Walter Peck goes into Venkman's office, he's eating Wise potato chips. Just classic Wise potato chips. And I see a lot of people that the Cheez-Its, Twinkies, and Crunch bars.
Yeah,
But a little bit, I feel like Venkman's gets left off there sometimes. The Wise
I
potato chips.
I learned something new today. I had no idea he was chomping on any potato chips during that scene because I'm just too busy watching, uh, Bill and Peck doing their back and forth. I had no idea there was any food on his desk at the time, so I'll definitely have to go back and watch.
Well, Nick, you guys are off to a fantastic start. We can't wait to see photos from the event. Please send us pictures, and I also want to see what those snack packs look like. I mean, that's a brilliant
Oh, they're gonna
idea,
be neat. Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think it's fantastic, man. So we
Thank you,
can't
thank you.
wait
Feel free
to.
to steal the idea. Feel free to use it yourselves. Go for it.
There you go, folks. Snack packs. I feel like it's genius, and yet like first time I've ever heard
It's a
of it.
good
So
it's a good incentive. Kids will definitely love it because it's all junk food anyway. So Ghostbusters fuel.
I love it. I love it. And if you're just joining us right now, and if you're in the Dallas Fort Worth area, head on over to the Andretti's on what day is it, or what day can they
July
drop off the
29th.
school supplies?
It's going to be July 29th at
July 29th. Drop off your,
Andretti's Indoor
and that's
Karting and
at the
Games in
colony,
the
right?
Colony. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. is when they have us there, and that's when we'll be accepting donations. So
Fantastic. I absolutely love it. Congrats, man. Best of luck to you and the Ghostbusters Texas Rangers division. Can't wait to hear more from y'all. And Godspeed, man. Enjoyed having you on, and we can't wait to see what you guys do next weekend on the 29th.
good talking to you guys. See you out
Let's
there.
go. Let's go Lone Star State.
Absolutely.
Ted,
Appreciate you.
I think somebody dropped a link of what I was talking about.
Uh oh.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check it out. This always gets left off the Ghostbusters food, but he was
Uh,
he was like chomping potato chips while he was talking about it.
you might need to help me with that because all these comments are coming from the group,
Um,
and they're having issues getting them.
I don't
But
see this one in there.
But
Hmm.
Melissa Hanna shared
Yeah,
Wise golden potato chips. This is
yeah.
all I see. I can't
Oh,
click on anything.
there's no link there for you.
It doesn't work now.
Oh,
Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
I can't do it either.
Let's see here.
Oh, yep. This is exactly it. All right, I'll share my screen. Um,
Go for
yeah.
it. Go for it.
This has got to be on the Ghostbusters food list. Can you see it?
I sure can.
Yes.
Look at that.
$22.99. Oh, pack of 36. I was like, holy crap. But yeah, in that scene, if you guys go back into Ghostbusters 1, when Peck comes into Venkman's office, he's hitting some Wise golden potatoes.
I love it. Learn something new. I should pay attention to the snacks more often.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna keep this train rolling. We just spoke with the Ghostbusters Texas Rangers division up in the Dallas Fort Worth area, and now from the Central Michigan team, the one, the only, Bob Fleming. What's going on, sir? Oh man,
Make music, make music.
there it goes.
Can you hear me
We
now?
can now.
I got you a different background this time instead of like typical truck driver thing.
Yeah.
How's that? Does that look
That
good?
is amazing.
Does that look good?
Yeah, I feel like the last time
Absolutely.
we
What's
saw
up, man?
you,
It's nice to be back over
I
here.
feel like last time we saw you, you were freezing your buns off in a truck. It was like during a big freeze or
It
something.
wasn't freezing. I mean, the truck was running. It was all good. Y'all just didn't hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
This is better, though. This is better.
I
That's my echo.
I love it. Honestly, it's one of the best logos out there, and whoever put it together, chef's kiss, man, because it looks tremendous. And I know,
Well, kinda. It was just I sent the my patch to the company in Bay City called Shirts, Mugs, and More, and they were like, "Yeah, sure, we'll do it." And I was like, "Okay."
I love it, man. I love it.
I got the patch from Amazon, so I don't know who actually made it, but I made that.
Really, you might have to tell a few chapters that I know are always looking to get patches made. Who your dealer is, or who the manufacturer
Well, I got the
is.
patch, this patch, the autism
Yeah.
patch, from Amazon. So
Oh, but
not much of a story there.
with Ghostbusters with Moogly on it.
What you what the patch that I got over here?
Yeah,
I got that from Amazon.
I wonder who
I
came
took
up
a
with it.
picture of
Wow.
that. I took a picture of that and I sent it to Shirts, Mugs, and More, and they were like, "Yeah, that'll be $60." And I was like, "Okay, I guess it could be worse."
Well, Bob, we appreciate you joining us, man. And I know that you guys just like started running with this whole school supply drive deal. Um, so why don't you tell us
Yeah, we
first?
actually started early.
Yeah, and I love that. And it's been going great. So here is the flyer you guys put together. And I know you guys are, the supplies are going to go to the Midland County Educational Services Agency. This is for a group of children with special needs. So absolutely love that. Tell us a little about
Yeah, it fits
the
right with my car.
organization.
My car is the Ecto for autism, and so that really fits in with what I go for, what I do all my work for. My toy drive last year with you guys, it was specifically for the kids with autism at the center outside of town. And this year I've started an additional, not cutting the other guys out. They're really good guys. The Mid Michigan Health. We're still doing the toy drive for them this year, but we're also doing it for another place called BF Autism Center. And I mention all that because you have that label over there that says toy drive update. So just updating. That's fine.
I know, I got it.
Yeah.
Bob, you guys have been doing great. Tell us about the locations, and like if you can give a guess about how many school supplies you've already had donated through like just a couple of weeks.
Well, we started early, and we already had 5 boxes, and then I had friends that had businesses, outside of the area. Yeah, this school is just for the people here in Midland County. They got teachers and and classrooms, and basically all of the elementary school, middle school, high school, here in the city of Midland and, surrounding little towns like Bullet Creek and stuff like that. And it's just BF Autism Center. They said, "Hey, we have a lot of kids that go to, the ESA for, their schooling. They got the classrooms at the schools." And, it's like, and that's probably a lot of the kids that I help with the toy drive. So, why don't we do that? So we hit the ground running, and I got my friends over here, and I got to shout this out. Like Fet's Toy Depot, like this guy, it's not like a bad thing at all. Like he is loud and in charge, and he was like, "Hey, help my friends! Hey, help my friends! It's for the kids! It's for the kids! Let's do it!" So he's like, he's got all his friends over here. It's like creations by generations, and he's got Dark Beauty cosplay and this what is it? Some parodies. I forgot his name. I'm on the spot now, but some parodies and someparodies.com. You'll see it on the Ecto 4A Facebook page. They just dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped. And sir, I'm on live stream. Back up. Anyway, this my kid. so anyway, what, you want to be seen by the whole world again?
I want to be seen by the
Okay,
whole
that's the kid. That's the kid. Okay.
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
He says, "What's up?" It's in my ear. But
Ted's
anyway,
daughter will make an appearance at some point, I'm sure.
oh, Ted's daughter will make an appearance at some point.
When we least expect it, and it'll scare the hell out of me.
He's a cool guy. That's all I know. But anyway, so, but no, we hit the ground running. Fed's Toy Depot. He's the guy that runs the Midland Mall Comic Con. He has his, Fed's Toy Depot right there, and it's like he's always like a, help this guy, help type of thing. So with his store in Saginaw, like Shields Township, he's already got like 5 boxes of stuff, and he's like text messaging me every way, get this stuff out of here. I have a small store and it's just mounting and mounting and mounting. And I was like, I mean, that's good and bad all at the same time, because it's good these kids are getting everything, backpacks and paper, pens, pencils, staples, markers, crayons, everything. But my boys over here in the store, like, I gotta move this just to go to the bathroom. Okay. So earlier I posted that I was going to be in this, and I was like, if anybody is going to be able to go pick up the stuff from Fed's Toy Depot for me, I will make it worth your while. I mean, I'm sure Paul is over here doing the same thing. but not only that, we got my buddy Jay Garcia up in Gladwin, and he just opened his music store this year. And I was doing, helping him with some promo for it to help him, get started. And I had a event that I had to cancel, that I wanted to do. It was supposed to be last weekend, but I had to cancel it for security reasons. We're not going to go into that. I'm kind of pissed. But anyway, but yeah, he was like, I got speakers. And I was like, I figured you did. So Jay Garcia, he's an old friend of mine, known him for years, and used to go to church, watch him up on stage playing the guitar and other instruments. Like he'll teach people how to do play any instruments, and he's got guitars, he's got amps, he's got microphones, you name it, it's all there. Gladwin, Michigan. So he's got a box out there. He says he's got some stuff, and it's out there. So I understand it's a little bit lower, but Fets is really where it's at. But it's not that Fets is over top of everybody. We are all working as a team, regardless of which one does the most. Okay. Like I already knew that like Paul King was gonna, make it happen. Okay. I knew that was gonna happen altogether. Like he does the Midland Mall Comic Con, and it gets bigger and bigger every year. So I knew, that he would be the biggest, that kind of thing. So, and I've had this relationship with my rental store. It used to be Aaron's, and it's Arona, and you might be getting a comment here in a minute. That's like Team Arona, Nick and the other Nick and Jennifer. They've all been really good to me over the years. I've paid off like 15 things through this store.
I love it.
And it's getting kind of annoying. And they, it's just me wanting stuff, and I just can't pay for it all at once.
Do you find it kind of odd? I mean, is somebody's there named Arona? Because it looks like just Aaron's jumbled up. So did they like buy?
It used to.
Did they buy the?
I don't know the whole story, and the name thing happened like right in the middle of the pandemic, so there was a lot of people that was scared. But that's beside the point. But we just, I got my buddy. I did a grand opening for up in Standish, and I got off the phone with him. This is the Undercroft up in Standish. He's such a good guy. I've known him probably around 5 or 6 years now. It really doesn't seem that long, but I've probably known him for a while, and I've always loved what he did. He's like that game store everybody wants to go to. He's got games, he's got everything. He's just a gamer at heart. He's an older guy, but he's been really cool. And like when he first opened a store beforehand, I felt like I kicked him in the balls
Really?
because like he bought the store from a friend of mine, and I felt like, what the hell just happened? And so I'm really just a jerk, and I just boycotted his store for like a year, and without even saying let's give this guy a shot or anything like that. And I was like, I really should at least give him a chance. So I gave him a chance, and I'm better friends with this guy than I was the original guy.
Hey, there you go.
So and so we did the grand opening, and I talked to him just shortly after the grand opening. I was like, yo, these Texas guys, they're doing this the school supply drive. I've realized like the Midland County ESA is like way over here. You want to help out? And he's like, yeah,
Sure, why not?
that'll work. That'll work. Yeah. So
Sometimes it's that easy.
moving
yeah.
on to another location. We got 8 altogether, and we got what, 4 in so far. I mean, there's 8. I'm sorry, there's 8. I try to spread it around. I try to make sure somebody just walks out the door and walks next door and drops off something. Like, that's great. They don't have to waste any gas. They don't have to do anything. They just walk next door and drop it off. So another one of my buddies, he works for the recycling center here in Midland, the Midland Recyclers. Uh, I went there and volunteered. Those people are so nice, and they'll basically take anybody off the street to help them.
Oh, nice.
But they said to me that they wanted to hire somebody for a baler, and I was like, all right, sorry, I'm a truck driver, I can't do that, but I'll help you. And that's just the way it works. And my buddy, I've known for a long time too, and so I was like, one day, like, the recycle bin here got all full, and I was getting tired and tired and tired of it and tired of it, having to like stockpile cardboard and stuff like that, just sitting in the backyard or in the shed until I could, throw it in the bin, to wait a month because we only get recycling collection like once a month. So I just loaded up the Ecto, took it over to Midland Recyclers, and they took it all. And it makes me feel good to, keep it clean, keep it going, keep it recycled, reuse, recycle. And, they tell me that they're so, hands-on with the community, and, everything, they do, it's to better the earth and to, just make it, in the future, keep making stuff for future stuff. And, I was like, that's great. So I was like, I want to help them out. I want to be a part of them. They're doing a good thing. I want to do a good thing. I need to learn how to be a good thing. So it's just that's all it is. So I don't know too much about these other ones. Well, first of all, Five Below.
Everybody's
That
favorite
is
store.
our Five Below right here in Midland. And I say it's ours because that's where we did a toy drive last year. That's where I froze my butt off for 4 days. That's where I did that. That's our Five Below.
Yeah.
And so I started that box. It was probably 3 days into the month. It was like 2 days before the 7th. And I was like, I went over there to check on things, how it was going, when they were going to start it and stuff like that. And she tells me, my printer's not printing out the thing. And I was like, I got you. I went over to Walmart and actually had a photocopy. I was like, oh, sure. I'm just going to do this, for these guys, not go home and just print it off on the printer. Like, it's actually a picture, like what you hang on the wall, got that glossy and everything look to it. So it's like, these guys, they deserve it because they dealt with me and Tim and Norm and all that, for 4 days, standing out front looking like hobos, but that's beside the point. They dealt with it. So I was like, I'm going to go do that. And when I actually went and checked on it, see, it started off, it was, kind of a smaller box. Everybody's got about the same, size box. The Undercroft and all them, they got all the same type of box. So when I went back to check on it, because I went and got the printing from the Walmart just directly across the street, and I dropped that off, and I said, you guys can start it up on the 7th, or you can, be early. Everybody else is. That's fine. And when I went and checked on it, it was up, but apparently the manager of the store didn't like the size of the box. So she's got this one that's actually, I think it's for like, you go to there and you buy like the basketballs and stuff, and they have this gigantic tall box that's like 4 feet tall. That's the supply drive box there at Five Below.
She got
She's like,
a
it needs to be
bigger
bigger.
box. Wow. Okay.
And she's like, it needs to be bigger or something. And it's like, okay, fine.
Sold.
Like I had the box already and set up, and I was like, okay, if you feel like this is how it's going to be, that's how it's going to be. I'll let you do your
Oh
thing.
my gosh.
You helped us out last year. I trust you. That's totally fine. So I got two more. And I know this. The next one is Pizza Sam's. So there's a lady that works there. Oh, that's so tiny. That's so tiny, Ted.
How
Oh,
about?
there we
How
go.
about? There you go.
So that's the actual store. That's the logo and everything like that. So I called up this place last year just to see if I, get any help with it and stuff like that for the toy drive. And they really didn't want to. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Because, they did stuff with Toys for Tots. And I was like, I'm not against Toys for Tots. Okay. We're, doing the same thing.
Right.
We're, getting kids, with autism gifts. Okay. It's not that it's still kids with, gifts. So it's not like I'm going against them, but I don't want to ruin anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Norman, our leader of Central Michigan, he was doing all the Toys for Tot stuff last year, and he actually helped distribute, the Central Michigan Toys for Tots last year. So I was like, I wanted to do that. I just couldn't make it. And I fully planned on doing it this year. I'm not in competition with Toys for Tots. I'm right with them, same kids. So they didn't want to be part of that because they didn't want to mess up their relationship with Toys for Tots. So I respected that. So that was one of the first places I actually called was Pizza Sam's. That was actually the first box. I put it there myself. I took one of the boxes that was piling up in the shed that I mentioned earlier, and I printed out the deal and I took it right to Pizza Sam's. So I talked to them, and every time I, had a location set up for, to have a box, I'd shout them out on the Ecto 4A Facebook page. And so I talked to the manager, got permission for the box. So I'm still a truck driver, so I had to get home. So I did my post because, it's my Wednesday where, I get done at like 11 o'clock. So I'm just sitting on my butt, the rest of the day until like 7 o'clock the next morning to deliver like 5 blocks from the truck stop. So I made the post, and then Pizza Sam's called me, and I was like, well, hello. And yes, is this Bob? And I was like, yeah, this is me. I mean, do you have the Ecto 4A? And I was like, well, that's the first time I received a call like this because I got my phone number on the Facebook page. And I was like, yeah, that's my car. What's up? Did I do something wrong? And she's like, well, you made a post without our permission on Facebook. And I was like, wait, whoa. I mean, I did. I talked to Ashley. She says she's got kids with autism, and I remembered that when I talked to her last year for the toy drive. And at the time, I didn't remember her name, but they told me her name was Ashley. So it's like, I should remember that because the lady at Five Below, her name is Ashley.
There you go.
So
Easy peasy.
I should remember that. So I talked to them, on the phone. I was like, I talked to this lady and stuff like that. And finally, she was like, okay, I'll just talk to her. And I said, do you want me to remove it? I will remove it. Everything will be fine. And she says, no, don't remove it. I'll get back to you. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So she didn't get back to me. I'm just impatient. So I called back like a day later. And I said, so this is Ghostbuster Bob. What's up? How we doing? And she was like, yeah, you got permission. It's fine. So I was like, okay, cool. We got a partner. That's great. And then the last one I had just started last week, which is Lalonde's. It's right, it's actually right across the street from the Midland County ESA. So the Midland County ESA is here, and then Lalonde's is over here. There's like a comic book store there. I can't remember what it was called. And right across the street is 7-Eleven. So I don't know if you can get supplies at 7-Eleven, but you might be able to get it at Lalonde's. It's more like this hometown, like butcher. It's something that's been there 1,000 years. One of those little stores that are on the corner. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And I went there last weekend, and I got some great pictures. Like, I didn't expect the box to be where it was, and they were like, "Well, what size box would you like?" And I was like, "Well, it's fine for you to use anything. I mean, you could use a banana box if you want." And it's a banana box, and it's directly by the front door. Like, the first thing you see is the box. You can see it without even walking in. So it's at a perfect spot. So I went there and I took pictures with the car. So of course, right? So, but yeah, I gotta get to Fett's Toy Depot and get all that stuff and figure out where I'm gonna put it for right now. And he says on his doorstep, in his storage room, in his middle of the floor, wherever he's got this stuff, it's about 5-6 boxes, and it's just everything. And so we're looking on like big, huge stack of paper. I got a picture of him just today. Some lady, one of his friends, Denise, she donated an entire box of notebook paper, like notebooks
I love it.
and stuff like that. And this other friends, the Creations by Generations, they had like 4 backpacks and a whole like 2-3 boxes full of just various the supplies, and the parodies. The God, I wish I remembered the name. I feel dumb.
Of
But anyway,
what?
parodies.
Oh,
The people, they donated another. It was a huge box. I think it was a box or 2 that that they donated. It's another one of his friends, and I mean, that's a theme with him. Him with one of his friends, one of his friends, one of his friends. I mean, it's cool to have friends. I mean, they benefited the kids of the Midland County ESA.
yeah.
So
No, they're doing an incredible
that's
job.
great.
Yeah.
So we are looking, like, I haven't actually checked. I made phone calls to the Undercroft. I made phone calls to Arona, and I tried to call Midland Recyclers today to get an update on things. Jay said that there is a couple things in there. The last time I looked at Five Below, there was a good amount of stuff in there. My neighbors are moving in, but they got a whole convoy going on over here.
Nice.
But anyway, they got a couple things. So Fett's Toy Depot is carrying it. And once I get the stuff out of his store, he'll probably give me 5 or 6 more boxes, I'm sure. And Paul, we've been friends for a little over a year. I became a member of the Central Michigan Ghostbusters. Well, actually, the coalition, the Great Lakes Ghostbuster Coalition. I became a member of that, and then the Great Lakes Ghostbuster Coalition, Danny Holroyd, the whole statewide group thing we got going on over here. He's like, get a hold of Norman. He'd be your group leader. I joined at Midland Mall Comic Con last year. So Paul is the reason I'm a Ghostbuster, and he knows this. And he knows this. I didn't even know this whole thing was a thing. Like, being a Ghostbuster, looking cool, having these cards.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate Paul.
Yeah,
Tell him a thank you
so-
from us.
Well, I'm sure he's here. I'm sure he's sharing it too. But
I
yeah,
love it.
it's been fun, and I'll be sharing pictures and everything. And sorry it took a long time, but anyway, we're good. I got 8 boxes.
Yeah, you have
I
8
have 8
drop-off
boxes.
locations, and so it's not any issue or any trouble whatsoever. You guys are doing fantastic, and if you're in the Midland County area up in Michigan, you have a number of places to go drop off supplies at. Take them to
Oh, one more
any one of
thing
them.
before I leave.
sure.
I forgot to add this. trying to set up a day. I've requested it for us to, park the ectos, like Norman's ecto one, and or just my ecto, the ecto, 4A at Walmart to fill the ecto for the school. Just hang out at Walmart just for a day. And I've requested it for the 30th, but I haven't got confirmation on that yet. You got to go through the website and you got to get approved and stuff like that. So I'm waiting to hear back on it, but everything should be all right. I don't know yet, but if we have to change it, we have to change it. One of my friends' mother-in-laws works at Dollar General. That'll work just fine. So,
That's the perfect place. Yeah, no, absolutely,
so sorry to interrupt you, but that kind of was important.
absolutely, no, man.
Always forgetful when I'm on a spotlight type of thing.
Bob, you guys are killing it, and I'm so happy you guys are doing so well, and I can't wait to see pictures from when this is all wrapped up, and to see what you guys have done. But tremendous effort so far for the kids of the ESA. So I hope you're excited, man. I hope you're stoked because you've done a hell of a job already.
Yeah. Maddie, you haven't said anything. Do you approve of me?
He's chilling.
No, yeah, I was just listening. But yeah, no, it's rad. I mean, you guys did an awesome job last year with that many locations. You should definitely rack it up, especially with an early start. And we still have what, 11 days?
Yeah.
Yeah. You said Pizza Sam's, and I've been over here just daydreaming of a pizza. I might have to order one when I get out of here. But yeah,
Right.
no, it's rad, man. We appreciate everything you're doing.
Yeah. Nice talking to you guys again. We'll talk more a couple weeks or so, or later on in the year for the toy
Oof.
drive.
We can't wait. We're already talking about like, oh my god, we need to start talking to groups like now. But yeah, that'll start up really soon, and you know how it goes, man. It's a lot of work.
Hashtag Bob's already started on that too.
I love it, man. We appreciate you, Bob. Have a great rest of your day, man, and we'll share all the photos from your updates. So yeah, send them our way, man.
All right.
Later, bud.
Bye.
Take it easy. Later.
Mhm.
We have one other update. Man, these allergies are killing me. Our friends up in the Portland area, they have teamed up with Punks in the Park, I believe. Hold on, let me make sure I get this right.
It's Punks in the Park. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, is it? Okay, I want to make sure I got that right. So the Portland Ghostbusters have teamed up with Punks in the Park for their school supply drive. And let's see. There was like one other thing I wanted to mention about that. These are the items that are needed. I guess I'm blocking this. Drop off locations at Tony's Kingdom of Comics, Uptown Music, Becca Makes Buttons, Vortex Music, or at any Punks in the Park event from now until the show on September 16th. So yeah, that's awesome. What is Punks in the Park?
To be honest with you, I don't know, but I know that it's from. I've heard it because I live there, but I don't know exactly what it is. I didn't exactly participate, I guess. But it's funny because I forgot. I keep forgetting Portland's involved. Lauren just left for Portland for 5 days, and yeah, it's a great community, great cause. It's funny when you start to see all these different regions of the United States and the things that they're asking for, like ponchos in the Northwest during school season. It's a very rainy season. So it's cool to see some of that stuff on there, the different things that different folks are asking for.
And yeah. So shout out to Joanna and the team up in Portland. This sounds like a great event, and I love like the design of all this stuff. This is freaking.
It's
This is
very
amazing.
Portland, very Portland. It's almost like a music flyer.
That's what I thought it was. Honestly, I was just like, is this like a punk music festival or something that they're doing? But no, I love it. You can, yeah, like you mentioned, rainy areas, ponchos.
Yeah, punk in the park. It does look like yeah, punks with a purpose. It's a rock concert, so it is a music event,
There you go.
which is rad. Also, if I could share my screen over really quick, Paxton sent over a little beautiful video. I thought I could refresh your memory here, Ted.
Uh oh, I'm a little scared. Ah, there it is.
There it is, the infamous Wise potato chips.
Good job, Pac-Man. Pac-Man, who was just in town a couple of weeks ago, up from
Yeah,
South Dakota.
yeah.
I got a chance to run into him like maybe twice between panels, but I wanted to ask him. So, Pac, if you're watching, or next time we chat online, I want to ask him how he thought the convention went, because I know everybody's got their own. How do they compare, or what did he think about it, basically?
Yeah, yeah, we'll have him on to talk about it. We can get the South Dakota team on for a show here. The ever supportive. I mean, they flew from South Dakota because we were promoting the event. He definitely hung out, took some pictures. The one thing that we forgot to do was to take a picture with him. We did not get a picture with him, so we'll have to. He'll have to fly back to Texas again to get that picture going. But yeah, it was a good time. I talked to him a little bit. He said he had a great time. His kid liked it too.
That's great. Yeah. What's it called? Yeah, it's hard, man, when we have like schedules and all that. I'm just thinking about what's next, what's next, what's next. But we actually gave his kid a flash poster, so I know not everybody loved it, but Pac-Man's kid loved his full size flash movie poster, courtesy of the Ghostheads radio show and the Kansas City Geeks. So yeah. Let's see here. Probably just got one last thing to talk about, and then we'll kind of get back next week, and do an update earlier in the week. Um, but while I find this picture, just to quickly summarize, Ghostbuster chapters across the country are all participating in a nationwide school supply drive. The Texas Rangers Division up in the Dallas Fort Worth area, the Ghostbusters Northwest, the Ecto 360 Northwest, the San Antonio crew, the Yellow Rose Ghostbusters outside of Houston, the NYC Ghostbusters, the Portland, as well as the Central Michigan Ghostbusters are all participating. So if you want to find out drop off locations for these school supplies, please head on over to their pages and reach out to them. Reach out to them, find out where exactly you can donate, and just go from there. It's for a great cause. Everybody's choosing their own beneficiaries for these school supplies, and for us, it's also extremely important to us because the Yellow Rose and the San Antonio Ghostbusters are all collecting supplies to benefit the students of the Uvalde ISD. These are the supplies that are needed. Yellow Rose, check their page for their drop off locations. But if you're in the San Antonio area, we already have a drop off box at our favorite neighborhood comic book shop, Dragon's Lair at Alamo Ranch. Everybody knows where Dragon's Lair is, but 151 and 1604, everybody knows where Alamo Ranch is what I should say. And then we're also getting a second box at the GameStop on the northeast side at, not the Rim. What is it called? I'll have to look it up. But the GameStop at 35 and 1604 on the northeast side of town. We should have a box there by this weekend. It's just it takes some time to kind of go through the corporate channels and all that. You know how that goes, Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
We have one last topic for today, and it's because there wasn't a ton of Ghostbuster news expected this weekend. However, Entertainment Earth did share a little bit of a teaser for an upcoming Hasbro stream on Thursday, August 10th, and this is what they had to say. There are reviews we want to talk about, but we don't want to cross the streams, or streamers for that matter. Set a reminder and prepare to be dazzled. So that's a little ambiguous, but I think everybody is in agreement this is Ghostbusters related. If you get that close to crossing the streams, quote unquote, it's got to be Ghostbusters related. I think that because it says action figures, people are expecting a continuation of the Plasma series, or we might get. I mean, I don't know. Is it too early to get Firehouse action figures? What do you think, Matt?
I don't know. Personally, I'm not a toy collector. Save me on another version of a Peter Venkman action figure. I'm good on that. I want it to be more along the lines of the proton packs, or you know, continuing maybe some new equipment, maybe a trap, maybe a PKE meter, something more in the cosplay realm. That end is what I would really enjoy. I know other folks will be happy, so I don't want to poo poo on their happiness about it. But for me personally, I'm cool on the toys. Um, I want to see some more Hasbro stuff with the success of the HasLab pack. Um, I mean, I think that they got to say, hey, let's do another round this year, and let's you know keep it going. Maybe do a PKE meter, maybe a trap, something along those lines.
So I have this is one of four ectos that I have right here. That's the 1A from Playmobil.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind getting a small replica of the ecto that's coming out in the new film, Ghostbusters Firehouse, aka the Afterlife sequel, aka Ghostbusters 4, if you're counting the continuity of this Ghostbusters original universe. I would not mind getting a version of that car because it looks freaking sweet. I love the stripes down the hood. Um, I love the little. I can't wait to see what the new editions of the car actually do and function like. Based on the rumors, I think it's going to be pretty cool seeing it in action. So
if
I
they
don't know
tell
if
us, Ghostbusters 1 and 2, and even Afterlife didn't do a very good job of really explaining what the everything does on the car. So
yeah.
hopefully they let us know.
They should, right? It could because there's new components for a reason, and this is Jason Reitman we're talking about. So he understands that we have to that we need to know what the stuff does. So I wouldn't mind a version of the new car if that's what they're putting out, and it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility because if we all remember, the car for Afterlife was released before we actually knew that the RC trap was part of the vehicle, right? Like it was actually spoiled by the toy line that, oh yeah, this new car is getting a ghost trap with like an RC motor attached. And it's going to be, remote controlled around and stuff. And so that was all spoiled by the toys. So wouldn't mind getting a new Ecto vehicle. If it is just new figures, I'm not completely against it. I don't know how many toys I have. I have like some here, and I got one of the new Venkmans over there, and I have like my old toy lines. Here's the animated Egon and animated Venkman right there, next to my mini Ecto right there. So I have some. There's Stay Puffed up there. I do have some. It's not crazy amount, but I do have some. So I'm gonna be interested to see what it is.
You
Why
love your
they
toys.
I do.
Um,
I don't know why they threw in the name streamers. Maybe they're gonna have like Game Over Greggy involved. That guy is a prolific streamer and he's a well-known Ghostbusters fan.
Yeah, and there's going to be streams coming out of San Diego Comic Con. They're probably intending to stream the launch of this, whatever it may be. So it's probably definitely something along those lines. But in celebrations, you also have streamers.
Yeah.
Um, so it could mean a lot of things. I think it obviously means that there's going to be a lot of streams and things coming out from San Diego Comic Con. They don't want to get it washed up with everything going on there, and there'll be a stream for this after all of that news subsides.
I, I don't know how much Sony is going to be involved. We were told all these studios were dropping out of San Diego, so it's more than likely we're not going to get a lot of information from Sony. They also can just put out like a new poster on their own. They don't need to go to San Diego to do those type of things. They could just drop a teaser trailer. A teaser would be 10 to 30 seconds, and it doesn't have to be physically, not physically, but we don't have to see clips from the movie. The original teaser for Afterlife was this 30-second or 45-second teaser trailer of something they just threw together kind of last minute, and it worked. So Sony, please keep us engaged, the audience that is. We want to see something happen.
Christopher
um,
Robinson with the comment of the year. You're looking at this all wrong. It's an ecto bike with streamers on the handles.
you know what, that would be interesting.
I'd buy an
I
ecto
would.
bike before I bought an action figure. I can't. I never got into collecting toys. And again, I'm not poo pooing on anybody who does. I get the fascination with them. But I just never got into collecting them.
Can we get the Egon gyrocopter or whatever that thing is when you
Oh,
sit
yeah.
in it? We really need to see that in live action. And it doesn't have to be the exact one, but a version of that would be amazing. I would love that. I had that toy too. I had that entire Ghostbuster line, but so did everybody else. So
Word.
awesome,
All right. Well, that was successful, Ted.
successful. Yeah. If anything pops out on San Diego Comic Con weekend regarding Ghostbusters, be sure to join us on our Facebook page at Countdown City Geeks. We are a part of the Countdown City Geeks network. And then we'll also share some stuff on our website at www.countdowncitygeeks.com. That'll do it for this stream. Appreciate everybody who has been donating and who will donate to the nationwide Ghostbusters school supply drive. Again, reach out to one of these chapters, the closest one to you, and find out where you can donate to the Ghostbusters school supply drive. And we'll have another stream early next week to kind of provide an additional update, and we're just excited. We're just excited to finally, put this into action. And the community library in Uvalde is who we've been in contact with for all this. They've been holding summer library events in their community, and so we will be participating in one at the end of the month where we will deliver the school supplies. So I'm just excited for that to happen. And thank you to them for like helping us through this and making this all work out. And we just can't wait to see what happens. All right, that'll do it for the Ghostheads Radio Show. My name is Ted, aka Steady, and joining me once again, the one, the only, Maddie B.
Good stream, guys. Good stream.
Uh, let's see. Josh says, "Y'all at Comic Con? Not this year." And it's almost like a blessing in disguise because it's such a kind of an off year. But next year, I will be back. Bet on that. Awesome. Happy San Diego Comic Con weekend, folks. Y'all be good.